Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the March 20th Al-Anon readings, Encourage to Change, and a little time for myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I'll take a minute to look this over. The question is, how can I tell the difference between helping and trying to control? And the passage begins with this person saying that they feel like a sheepdog, that they intellectually understand that they can't control others' behaviors, but they feel like it's almost an instinct for them to try to control other people's behaviors. I guess much like a sheepdog tries to control, like to herd other animals. And then they give an example of how they micromanage even preparing rice. Today's reminder, being aware of our shortcomings is a slow process, but it eventually leads to serenity because we understand that there are a lot of things that we don't have control over. And the quote is from Hope for Today. So we work with our higher power. Once we gain awareness and acceptance, our higher power helps us to turn that into new, improved behaviors. So the difference between helping and trying to control, I guess controlling maybe when I'm trying to force something, when I feel a resistance and I think something isn't going my way, and then I try to force it to go my way, that's controlling. When I get involved with something that isn't mine to get involved with, like when I'm not minding my own business, where helping is assisting someone just because it feels good to help, not being attached to the outcome. But when I'm controlling, like I'm looking for a specific outcome. But it's different when I'm helping. When I'm helping, I'm doing it just because I can and I want to. I guess that's the difference that I can think of at this moment. It's important for me to always think about whether I'm helping or controlling, and usually I find that it has to do with my motives. All about my motives. All right, I will take a minute to look this over. This page is about self-worth. Self-worth. There we go. It's about self-worth. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. It is one of my biggest challenges, but I can usually pronounce it without too much of a problem. So the person who wrote this passage says they used the blueprint for progress for help with their fourth step. They took their searching and fearless moral inventory and found that they judged their own value based on their accomplishments or what other people said about them, which meant that their feelings of self-worth were never consistent. It was always more of a fleeting, temporary feeling. But then they realized that part of their self-worth can be based on their ability to love other people. I love that because I love a lot of people. I am quite full of love. I laugh, but it's 100% true. So being kind, appreciating other people helps this person to feel better. And it helps them to feel good about themselves, regardless of their achievements or whether they're being validated by other people. That's beautiful. I think that's really beautiful. And it helps me too, because if I can base part of my self-worth on the amount that I appreciate and love other people and other living things, that gives me such a solid foundation. I don't know why I never really realized how powerful that is before. This page has no markings. That's so cool. That's another thing I love about conference-approved literature is I'm always seeing what I'm ready to see in the passages. So every time I read it, even though like I've been reading this book for almost 12 years, I'm still finding new things within the pages that I've already read. To me, that's just fantastic. Today's reminder, sharing our love with other people helps to celebrate our positive traits without expecting anything in return. Being nice to other people is also being nice to ourselves. And the quote is from Abraham Lincoln. When a person feels worthy within themselves, it means that we're connected with our higher power and that we are strong. That's beautiful. That was a tough thing to paraphrase. It's a very nice quote. I really appreciate this passage because for some reason, I don't know why, but self-worth is something that is what I'm always working on. And even though intellectually I know I am just as good as everybody else, there's no reason to compare. Like we're all equal. We are all worthy. We all are worthy. Makes perfect sense to me, but then I doubt myself. But maybe doubting myself isn't because I question my self-worth. I don't know. Still figuring it out. But it just feels so ridiculous to even like intellectually be aware that sometimes I struggle with self-worth because I know that Like it's just silly that everybody's doing the best they can, and like who's to say what's more valuable than something else, character traits or anything. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm making progress. Maybe I'm just feeling more clear or less questioning of myself because I got a nice amount of sunshine and fresh air today because the weather is quite lovely today. So maybe that is just helping my well-being in a way that makes me feel good. I don't know, but I'll take it. I like feeling good. We'll close out with the serenity prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.